Hi, Aletha here with Create Your Future. Create Your Future is offering a free course on how to find your blocks to manifest anything fast. The link is in the description box below and it's so valuable. Check it out. Also, I have courses available and the links are below so that you can check those out. But the last course I posted is this. Why is it okay to manifest an SP or a specific person who is in a relationship right now with someone else, and how to do that, how to manifest them out of your 3D reality so that it's just you and your specific person? Well, here's how you do it. We're talking about, the title of this video is deleting people or things or conditions out of your current 3D reality. And when I say deleting, I don't mean that in a harsh way. I mean that in an unconditional love way, because we all function from unconditional love, right? Our higher selves, the core of who we are, our infinite being self is unconditional love. The universe is unconditional love. And Neville warns us that if you do try to manifest anything with any hurtful intent or revenge or anger, it's going to turn around and come back to you and you're going to get stuff you don't want. So we always manifest, we always tend from a place of love. And you allow the universe to work it out in its own wonderful, wise way on how things change in our reality. So deleting people, things, or conditions in our lives, how that happens is left up to the universe. But what do you do to get to the place where you're able to push that out of you and have it be reflected back? You're removing these people from your life. You're removing the conditions you don't want from your life. All right, so here's how we do it. Why is it, I just said, why it's okay to go ahead and do that? Because we are the operating power of our reality. It's okay to do that as long as you're doing it from a place of love. It is okay. You are the operating power of your reality. It means you're totally and completely in control of your reality, and nothing and no one else is. No one has any free will in your reality but you. And you should say this stuff to yourself every single day. Why? Because it's your self-concept. You are an infinite, powerful being. And if you don't remind yourself of that on a daily basis throughout the day, it's so easy to get caught up in the matrix, so easy to get caught up in the idea that you're powerless, that you are conditioned by the outside world. In fact, you are not. It's the other way around. The outside world is conditioned by you. And when you realize that, and when you start to live from that place of power, of course, everything is going to work out totally and completely the way you choose it to. So let's go back. What you're going to say to yourself every single day, because it applies to everything, no matter what it is you want to manifest. Because you are manifesting from a place of empowerment, not disempowerment. Empowered by the fact that I am the operant power of my reality. I am in control of my reality. No one else is. And if you look at stuff, you can see where you pushed it out, whether it was good or not so good. You did it, right? It's you. So you are in control of your reality. No one or nothing and no one has any free will in your reality but you. Everything and everyone must conform to your thoughts, perceptions, and assumptions. It's all about you and your imagination. Nothing has any meaning until you assign the meaning. So if you see a situation and right away you come up with a meaning that hurts, change it to something that doesn't hurt. You're in control. And whatever you say goes. Remember this, that people in your reality, they think, they feel, they do, and they say what you think they are thinking, feeling, doing, and saying. So if you're sitting around feeling sorry for yourself and saying that my special person doesn't like me, or you're arguing with that person in your mind, all this negative stuff, or even with an employer or a family member, whatever it is, whomever it is, even with your own health, with your body, and you're not giving it the meaning that puts you in a place of power, then you need to make sure that you do. Change your focus, that they think what I'm thinking. Oh, okay, they're going to think that they love me and they adore me. My body's going to think that it's perfect health because I'm telling it is. And it's going to respond with perfect health. My SP is going to respond with loving me, caring about me, adoring me, wanting to spend time with me. If I say that's what they're doing, what I think they're thinking. Also, in the moment is your power. Your power is in the moment. So remember this. Every time you're having a negative thought, you are creating your next 3D reality if you stay with that thought and it becomes dominant. If you have a thought in the 3D reality and it's negative and you don't want that in your life, and immediately you become that conscious selector that you are, you change that thought from the negative to the positive, then you make that dominant, then that's what comes up in your 3D reality. See how much power you have? And then the last thing is everything is you pushed out, you know that. And it's so crucial though to remember that you are so powerful. You control everything in your reality, whether you want to admit it or not. I didn't like it in the beginning when I first learned all this stuff. No, because that put me in control, right? That put me being responsible for the crap going on in my life. I created it somehow. And that's the cool thing about the law of assumption. You don't have to sit down on a couch or lay down on a couch and have somebody, asking you probing questions about your past. All you have to do is decide, okay, I don't want this, I want this. And then you go through the process of managing how you're going to do that with your thoughts and with all the principles of the law of assumption. And then you create the life that you want. Okay, so remember who you are. You're extremely powerful. And then remember also everything comes from within and then without. So you change inside. Because you see, I look at that operant power, free will, that no, everyone must conform to you. Everyone, nothing has meaning until you give it meaning, and everybody thinks and feels what you think and feel. And that in the moment is when you are creating your next 3D reality. And then everything is you pushed out. I look at that as my self-concept. That's who I am. I'm a powerful, infinite being. Yeah, it's cool to think that. I mean, if I'm thinking that, why would I be thinking I'm not valuable? Why would I be thinking I'm not worthy? Why would I be knocking people off of pedestals because I'm looking at them to be more powerful than me? No, because I already know my power. I'm already living from the place of empowerment. This is my self-concept. Who I am, who you are. And so if you have to carry a note card around or put it on your phone, and every couple of minutes throughout the day, every 10 minutes, every hour, every half hour, you read that and you say that and you believe it and you feel it. Even if you don't believe it at first, that's okay. But you keep repeating it, rehearsing it, it will become so pinned to your subconscious mind that it will become a natural response, and it will be manifested out of you as who you are, because that is who you are. But you've been conditioned to believe in our matrix world that you're powerless, that you have to live in a disempowered reality. And that's not true. You are in control of your reality. Okay, so that's your self-concept. Live from that. That is so important. And to remember also that in the moment is when you're creating your next 3D reality. So what are you saying and thinking in the moment? Are you arguing with your special person? Are you arguing with your boss? Are you arguing with your family members? Are you sitting around thinking totally about all the pain in your body or whatever it is that you're going through? Are you worrying about how empty your bank account is or that there's no more money coming in and you need it? If you're sitting around worrying about all of that stuff, you're creating more of it. But if you change that and reverse it all around, that my SP loves me and adores me, that I have perfect health, that I am abundant financially, and whatever else it might be. Okay, so you are in control of everything, and you are extremely powerful, and you must rehearse that so that you wake up every morning, I am in control. I am powerful. Everything has to conform to me. And they think what I want them to think. And they feel what I want them to feel. How empowering is that? I mean, you've got this SP that you love, and you have the power to tell them what to think. You have the power to tell them how to feel towards you. You have the power to tell them what to say, what to do. And it all takes place in the moment. The now moment is when we select our future 3D. Creation's finished. It's just another parallel reality out there that you're selecting in the now. And of course, everything is you're pushed out, which is like what this is. Okay, so Neville Goddard has a quote, and I'll read it to you. I like this quote. It says, instead of fighting against the evidence of the senses, that's just your 3D reality, you claim yourself to be that which you desire to be. That's how you delete a person or thing or condition from your life. You claim it to be. Okay, I'll read that again. Instead of fighting against the evidence of the senses, I don't have to do anything outside of myself. I just claim internally that I am whatever it is my heart's desiring. As my attention is placed on the claim that I am everything that my heart is desiring and that I have everything that my heart is desiring, the doors of the senses, which is your 3D currently, automatically close against your old master. The old master, you cannot serve two masters, you only can serve one at a time. The old master would be the old story, the third party showing up, the health issues, the lack of money, whatever that old story is that's showing up in your 3D that you do not want anymore, that's the old master. The new master is the one that says, I got this, I am this, I have this, I'm the operant power of my reality. Everything and everyone must conform to my thoughts. Nothing has any meaning until I assign it meaning. And that everyone thinks and feels and does and says exactly what I choose for them to do. And in the moment is my power. It's when I actualize my power. What I think, what I say, what I'm feeling in the moment is pushed out of me. If I do it on a consistent basis, it's pushed out of me and then becomes my 3D reality. If it's a fleeting thought that comes in and you immediately catch it and select the positive of that negative fleeting thought, no problem. Stay on the new thought, stay on the new version of whatever it is you're wanting, and it will show up in your 3D reality eventually. And so you never have to be afraid of any negative stuff that comes to you or anything that may show up in your 3D reality until the new is totally and completely pushed out. You don't have to be afraid of it as long as you select immediately, once you recognize that you've been going down this negative path, stop it and say, I recognize you, but I don't identify with you anymore. I identify with this story. This is who I am now. And the universe gives us who we are, not what we want. Okay, so you have to also understand that when I am whatever I'm conscious of being. So if I'm conscious of a third party in my reality, they're going to stay because there's no separation between me or any person or anything in my quantum bubble reality. So that person's staying as long as I'm conscious of them. See, nothing exists until you're conscious of it. So when you become unconscious of it, unaware of the third party, then they have to go away. They have to conform. Well, how do you become unconscious or unaware of a third party? Especially when you're so emotionally charged. When you do this, and it's it's a mind discipline, management of your mind, where you choose, you have free will. You get to choose, and here's what free will is, and this is all that it is. You, in your quantum bubble reality, get to choose between having something or not having it. SP being in your reality or not being in your reality. Illness in your reality or not in your reality. You get to choose what you're focusing on. Conscious mind gets to decide, okay, I'm choosing that the third party goes away. Okay, you send that so that's your desire, your wish. And how do you do that? You simply stop thinking about the third party. You do what Neville says, and you become that which you long to be, which is an exclusive, loving relationship with your special person. So every time your thought of the third party comes along or shows up in 3D in some way, all you do is you go right to your desire. My desire is that my SP and I are exclusively involved with each other. It's just the two of us, and you live from there. And every time you do that, this other third party person is fading and fading and fading, and eventually will go away because you are not giving it your focused attention. So as soon as it shows up, you say, nope, this is who I am. Nope, this is who we are. He's with me and only me. We are exclusive with each other. You do that with illness, you do that with money. This is who I am. I am unlimited abundance financially. I am perfect health physically. Whatever it is that you want to keep in your 3D reality versus the stuff you don't want, okay? So that's how so to remember, there's no separation. So everything has to conform to you, so there's no separation. So if you stop thinking about the third party, that third party has to leave. Do you know how they're gonna leave? No, and you're not, and I don't do this thing like, well, they're gonna go off and have a happy, blissful life and, come up with all that imaginal stuff and all those affirmations that they'll move on to something or someone better for them. Nope, I don't do that. I blot them out. I delete them. I give them absolutely none of my attention. They're gone. All that exists is my special person and me. That's all that exists. That's where all of my conscious awareness is. And I am whatever I am consciously aware of. If I'm not consciously aware of a third party, they have to go away. Do I have to figure out how that's going to happen? Absolutely not. the universe will take care of that for me. All I have to do is be consciously aware that it's just exclusively my person and me. Same with everything else, as I said earlier, health, money, whatever. So, and why? Because as I said earlier too, they have to conform to you. There's no separation. Everybody is under your control. You're the operant power. I'm just looking at my notes, make sure I didn't forget anything. I can't read my writing. Place with only me. Okay, so everything is under your control. And everything shows up when you're conscious of it. If you're not conscious of something, it's not going to show up. Bottom line. So what you do now that you know all this stuff that I've just told you, and if it's something that's kind of new to you, listen to the video over and over. And leave a comment and tell me what you think and what's going through your mind or how's it affecting you. Or if you have a question, you can leave a comment. I read them. So I will check back with you via short probably. Okay, so practice, or you can also schedule an appointment and we can really delve into what it is that's going on in your world, and I can help you personally to delete people and things and conditions from your life quickly. Take your consciousness off of anything, it goes away like that. I can't click. It goes away. Seriously, it goes away. It has to, because you only are what you're conscious of being. So we're going to practice. We're going to rehearse, right? You're going to rehearse every single day. I'm the operant power. I'm in control of my reality. No one has any free will in my reality but me. Everything and everyone must conform to my thoughts. Nothing has any meaning until I assign it. Everything that I think, feel, and say and do that people are thinking, feeling, and saying and doing, they are. And in the moment is my actualization for the power that I am. I have the power in the moment to create anything I want. Make sure it's what you want. And if you find yourself thinking what you don't want to think, select the positive. Think that the most dominant thought wins out. So stay on that. Persist. You're either persisting in the old story or the new, and there's no in between. And don't straddle, because then you're saying, oh, there's no movement, there's no movement, there's no movement. Well, no, you're straddling. How can there be movement? And don't say it's going to be someday, or I will be. No, I am, I have. It is, okay? Happening now. Everything is happening, and it's happening now, okay? Or it's working, and it's working now. If you have thoughts that it's not working, it's working, and it's working now. Can't see behind the scenes, that's okay. Trust yourself, the powerful person that you are. Trust the universe. Trust that, and live from that state, and keep doing your work, which is practicing staying in the new story, living from the new story. Neville says you live from the new story, and the old one has to go away. That's just the way the law of assumption works. And so everything is you pushed out. That's the bottom line. So whatever you think, feel, and say, and do about anything in life is what's going to be reflected back to you. Your perceptions make a difference. You can delete people from your world, replace them with something that you do want, and they're gone. And it's just a matter of changing your state of consciousness from that person to the one that you want. You want to be free of the third party. You stop thinking about them, and you think only about the exclusiveness of you and your person. Get rid of a health issue. You only think about the healthy you. Get rid of financial lack. You only think about the abundant you. Career that's not working. You only think about a career that's super successful. And that applies to every single thing. There is nothing it does not apply to. It applies to everything. And remember, everything is happening, and it's happening now. And stuff is going on behind the scenes all the time. Trust. Okay, so that's how you delete things, people, from your reality. You replace them with what you do want. And you live from that state of consciousness. Blessings.